Leafs win game 2. 3-2 in overtime. It's Max Domi. The nostalgia, man. Oh my. I was in the building again tonight. I was in the building for game 1, in the building for game 2. Let's go through it because I was losing my freaking mind. Losing my mind. So, that headliner. It's crazy. Crazy. So, Riley, as you guys can see, scored that early goal. What a pass by Nylander. Just ridiculous. Willie's just on a different level when it comes to playoffs as well. So, what a scene from Nylander, cross ice in the offensive zone. Backdoor for Riley. And then Tavares gets a bit of a bounce. But honestly, the next 3 goals on the board were all like blocks or deflections of some sort. Tavares has got deflected in front. Brady Tkachuk was the shittiest of the night. That got deflected off Brandon Carlo's skate and slowly gets past Stollers. And Adam Gaudette's deflection. I don't know if it double deflected. It just looked like a weird goal. But, hey, Gaudette, former Leaf, you knew it was going to happen. And then Max Domi, the wrister to win it. Bro, the scenes, man. The freaking scenes. Ty Domi, like, I'll give you guys a little story time because this was so cool. And again, just thank you so much for being here. Please hit that subscribe button if you haven't yet. Hit that like button, notification bell. So cool. So I'm working at the Leafs. We go out for 3 stars. If you've been in a Leaf game before, the flag goes out. We take the flag out after going nuts after the Domi goal. This is like probably 10 minutes after the Domi goal happens. Leafs have won the game. Fans are going crazy. And through the staff hallway is Ty Domi with the biggest smile on his face ever. And I'm just like, let's go, Ty! Like, I just had to, just blurt out a let's go, Ty, because it was just so cool to run into him after, Max Domi scored the overtime winner and just seeing the biggest smile. And usually he has a bit of a more tame approach and just a little bit more low-key, but running into Ty after his son scores a game-winning goal in overtime against the Sens in the playoffs, it just doesn't get any better than that. Even before the game, Maple Leaf Square was electric. I was lucky enough to go on the stage, hype up people on the stage. I heard some people yelling hot take hockey, so I'm just super grateful for that. I never expect something like that, so that was really cool. Ran into a few people I know, and then was able, shout out to my guy Matan Francis, able to kind of jump into his host welcome with him the last couple of games. So being on TV, being on the Jumbotron with that guy is just legendary. So, and then being there with Wendell Clark was also unreal. Saying hi to Daryl Sittler. So there's just so many cool things being behind the scenes. The game itself, I thought the Leafs played really well in the first period, and then it tailed off. Right. And again, that's kind of a lazy analysis because the Leafs were up 2-0 and then they weren't. But it was a lot more than that. I know a lot of people are talking about the shots on net. So let's look at the box score. Here's the thing. I have a couple things that I want to point out. One, just look at the time on ice for a couple guys here I want to point out. So if you look at the defense, look at the minutes that Shabbat and Sanderson are eating up. Sanderson's pushing 30 minutes. And here's the thing. The Leafs only had 21 shots on net. Allmark finishes with an .857 save percentage, so he is not hot in the playoffs. I'm going to throw this hot take out there for Sens fans or anyone watching. Do you guys think for even a second the Sens are considering a goalie change? I don't think it's at that point, but it's not out of the realm of possibility. Also, we saw the physicality. The Sens obviously ramped it up. The Sens almost had double the hits the Leafs. I will say, you look at the block shots for the Leafs, that is a massive, massive factor. Are you freaking kidding me? 32 block shots for the Leafs compared to 6 for the Sens. It's ridiculous. I got to give so much credit to Brad Treliving. And power play. The Sens got 3 power plays. The Leafs only got 1. I don't want to hear another Sens fan cry about it. Wah! The Leafs got all the power plays in game 1. Bro, the Leafs got 1 power play tonight and scored on it. The Sens got 3. 3 times the power plays and only scored on 1. There you go. So there can't be any excuses here tonight. There can't. There literally can't. And also, again, just look at the Leafs numbers, bro. Some of these guys, bro, McCabe eating up 24 minutes tonight. My guy, Morgan Riley, big goal. But again, This is the biggest factor of it all. Look at the blocked shots, man. Guys are sacrificing the body. Riley's got 3 blocks. Carlo's got 2. It's so ironic. Carlo has 4. Sorry, I was looking at that. Shots on it. Carlo had 4 blocks. Riley had 3. Tanev had 2. Benoit had 2. OEL had 2. The only guy, ironically, that didn't have a block was McCabe. And he played the most minutes tonight. But again, it's just kind of random. But like, look at some of the guys who are sacrificing the body. Like, Matthews had 4 blocks. Everyone's talking about, oh, where's Matthews? He's not scoring. My guy. He played 21 minutes tonight. And he had 4 blocks. Like Marner, 3 blocks. Nyes, 2 blocks. Tavares, 3 blocks. Notice how the big boys on this team, Nylander, 2 blocks. They're sacrificing the body. This is Berube hockey. It might not fit on your analytics page. Like for all the data guys that just want to stare at a piece of paper or stare at a screen all day. Sometimes it's the intangibles. Max Domi, he didn't have the best game tonight. He really didn't. But look at the face-off percentage along with look at the hits and look at the thing that's not on here. That he scored a freaking OT. Yeah, he scored a goal. But what goal did he score? Well, he didn't have the best game. He only played 13 minutes tonight. He scored the overtime winning goal. I don't give a shit if the guy plays a shitty 40 minutes. If he's the guy that steps up and scores when it matters, that's what I care about. Because I'm tired of watching guys go, oh, they had great possession, they played great hockey, they did their part, they had great analytics. Oh, their percentage on. I always see like that meter, the deserve-a-meter on if the Leafs, and the Leafs were always the deserve-a-meter. They were always deserving to win, but didn't win. I don't give a shit about all that. I give a shit about, did they win? Did they actually win? And Max Domi was the reason they eventually win. Like, it's as simple as that. Who scored the big goal? I will give credit to Simone Benoit because Benoit had a great game. Benoit's been great in the playoffs. I'll eat my words. I was getting frustrated with Benoit at points of the season for one reason only. I can get with a guy playing crappy or going through a rough stretch, but I can't put up with blatant mistakes. And I felt Benoit down the stretch was coming up with blatant mistakes or just mental lapses that were so avoidable. But in the playoffs so far, he's been physical. He's laid out some big hits. And what a read on that overtime winner. He reads the play, he cuts it off, he moves to the right side, and instead of just like giving away, he gets it to Domi, and Domi gets through 2 guys, 2 Sens that are just passengers on that play. So I'm all aboard on what's happening here. I mean, here's the thing. People were getting at Domi saying, like I saw people saying Domi should be a healthy scratch. Like, you're out of your mind, especially with the offensive potential he brings and the vision. Again, he didn't have his best game, but that goal right there should remind people that guys like Domi, guys like Morgan Riley, they score big goals in big moments. So they could play 40 minutes of rough hockey and they score big goals in big moments. They're just big money players. Go back to the Lightning series and the Leafs won the series. Riley, tying goal at the end of the game. Game-winning goal. Like, he's just all around it. Domi, big goal. That's the kind of thing you're going to get from Domi. The 1 or 2 guys that I would say maybe are a look on the outside is like Yarncrow. He doesn't do much for me. And then Robertson, this is a rough one for me. He was a -1. He took that brutal penalty that led to that Brady Tkachuk goal. And he just wasn't a factor tonight. He played less than 10 minutes tonight. So, for me, I wonder, again, they're up 2-0 in the series. You don't want to change anything. But I wonder between Yarncrow and Robertson if Pacioretty gets a look if he's fully healthy. Maybe even David Kampf. Like, I wonder if they'd even consider Kampf on the 4th line. Again, I don't think you want to touch too much there. Like, I think it might be a look to maybe say, hey, maybe you try Pacioretty with Lawton and Lorentz. But again, Yarncrow's got some of the defensive abilities too, so you don't want to touch too much. But if McMahon hasn't been going, maybe Pacioretty could get a look there. You never know. Or maybe Pacioretty gets a look next to Tavares and Nylander. They were a great line at some points in the season. And then Holmberg gets a look on the 3rd or 4th line. But again, you don't want to touch too much. You're up 2-0 in the series. But it's not like the Leafs had a great game tonight. They also didn't have a full 60 minutes, in my opinion, in game 1. Like, they had really good spurts. They took advantage of the power play. I don't think the Leafs have played perfect hockey. Don't get me wrong. but I don't give a shit if you're getting the results. Like, I've watched teams like Vegas and Florida win games that are so messy, and it really doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. You win the games, you win the games. So that's kind of my analysis. I know some people are like, oh, where's Bobby McMahon? It'll come. I've seen some plays from him where he's trying to develop things. Again, if you're winning 2 games and Bobby McMahon's your worst problem, then you're all right. I think you do need to get more depth scorings. We haven't seen that yet, but like I said, that's why people need to appreciate guys like Riley and Domi. There's some big goals happening from those guys. And then Matthew Nyes. I mean, we're seeing the spurts of like Matthew Nyes. He's going to be a star on this team. Just don't get it twisted. He almost played 20 minutes tonight. He's blocking shots. He's producing offense. Like, even towards the end of the game, the spinorama, I mean, he could have been gone. So it's amazing to see what the big boys are doing on this team, and then Nyes specifically as well as in addition to that. And then I got to give major credit again to Brad Treliving, because the additions on this team that were all him. Chris Tanev, Brandon Carlo. Again, I'm saying all him. Obviously, the staff of the Leafs, the current management led by Brad Treliving. And then obviously Shanahan above him, but Treliving's the difference in that. He is the addition to the staff at a key position, and Carlo and Tanev have been paying dividends to that, as well as Oliver Ekman-Larsson. I don't think OEL had like his best game tonight, but the fact that he ate up 22 minutes a night still says he had a decent game. I think he was a -1, but again, some of the puck movement, eating up those minutes, that's what you need in the playoffs. So the fact that all 6 defensemen for the Leafs ate up in around 20 minutes a night, and then McCabe as high as 24. It's a great sign for the Leafs. And the Sens, it's not like they put a crazy amount of shots on the board. 28. Stoller's got the job done. The Leafs definitely need to get more shots on net, though. 21 tonight. I mean, Allmark's been not great. So if you can get more shots on net, more traffic through, I'm sure that's going to be a conversation for Berube. But the fact that the Leafs blocked 32 shots tonight, could have been a lot more shots for the Sens. So major credit to the team. Let's go, man. It's going to be back. I'm going to be streaming, guys. I'm going to be live streaming on Thursday for Game 3. So it's going to be so sick to have you guys all in with. Let's go. Can we get some W's going in the comments in the chat? Let's go. Let's go. We're going to be live together for Game 3. It's going to be electric. I can't wait to live stream a Leafs game with you guys again. I'm going to try to go live tomorrow for either Habs, Capitals, or some other games. Yeah, and then Leafs Sens Thursday night. It's going to be electric. Subscribe, like, comment. Let's go! Go, Leafs, go! Woo!